Hello guys, welcome to internet. My name is Abdullah Mohseni. Let's get started and learn React from the beginning. I've got this React file, the basic React file, index.js, app.js, app.css, index.css. So we do not need for this one. We can remove inside React.js, and we do not need for the app.css and app.test.js. We will delete this one and we can remove this file, this element inside the app.js. So right here we just try to make a title inside the app.js. Inside a tag element, or click this, I refresh the page, we can see the basic React file. So the beginning of this tutorial, we are going to make a navigation bar inside just by React file, and inside this navigation bar we have got this titles about the gallery demo, the demo section. We are going to make this expanding image about inside this section, about inside the testimonial, inside section, inside the gallery section and demo section. And we can make this gallery image by clicking it become extend, and then we can make a footer section by clicking on each image. This picture will be enlarged inside the page. So the demo of this section. We can make a demo just by two side by column, and inside the footer section we just add social icons right here. So if we can make this this page responsive page, and by changing its size, this page become to, for example, to responsive page, and we can change its size by clicking on its at the same time. So inside the hero section we can add this social media icons right here. It's the hero section. We just make this navigation bar, or for example this application just past the React file. So right here inside the navbar.js, by writing our FCE, we can write we can add this concept navbar. So inside this div we just make a header section. The first we can call we can write right here inside this class attribute, then class name. We can write down class name is equal this inside the string. We can write down navbar. So it's a navbar. Inside this navbar we just make another navbar. We will talk about this one in the next, and right now we just add this second div for making a section for navigation bar. So we can write down class name, attribute for this one, for example navbar. So inside this navbar.js, it is a JavaScript file. We just make a connection with CSS file with this JS file. So right here I've got this div. We should add these two navbar inside this one div element. We can call this element by the name of header, where a class name is equal to header. So we will format and give style for this attribute just by CSS file. So right now inside this navjs file, we just make a navigation section or navigation bar for our page. So right here we can add a tag element. hrefs is equal. It's just we can call for this such as interface. It's just make a connection between two files or page at the same time. But when clicking on that, we can can get access to, for example, that own file or page. So class name should equal to the logo. Inside this tag element, you just can add logo image. So source is equal inside the collaboration should add the logo name. So that's this image as a PNG or JPG format. We just can write down, import this logo from that folder which we have saved that image as a image folder. Inside this image folder we can add this logo as a PNG or JPG format. Just import this logo image from this folder, image folder. Right here we have got user list. So inside the user list we have got the list. This list just modify the title and navigation titles for our website page. So inside the list element we just add a tag element. So href equal inside the string we can add this sign number. So right now we can add this title by the name, for example, home. The second list, if we are going to make the second list, we can give as the second name for that one, for example, home or hero or that. So right now inside the list element we can give an attribute for this one by the name of item. So we'll talk about this nav item inside the CSS form. Right now we just can copy or duplicate this list if we're going to make a lot of for example navigation titles. Just we can duplicate this one and we can change its name and give another name for the second title. So right now inside the application.js we just modify, we just add this navigation bar as JS file inside this application. This means which we can, if we when we import this nav bar inside the application, we just make a self connection between navigation bar and application.js app.js, because React just have got one for example main component, and I've got a lot of fragments. We can call this one, for example this one by the components. We can create a lot of file by the name of GS file or CSS file inside this inside this component folder. So you can see these files as GS files and CS file inside this components. Right now inside the we can delete this file. We'll talk about this file as GS file, and we can extract the other section in the next. Right now inside the navigation bar we have got the nav.css. So right now inside the user list we just give another tutorial, for example, about hero, demo and gallery section. This is a section we are going to make and add inside our website page. So right now inside inside the navigation bar, before installing by CSS4, we should import this navbar.css inside the navbar.js. So like this one you can see. So come back to navbar.css. Right now you can give property and value for this attribute, for example .header. If position should be fixed, height, size and width size. This header attribute we can select 99%, 100%. In top space, from the top we can select as 0, and the left space we can this 0. they give value 0 value, and setting this 1 transition, we just make a motion for this header. Transition should be 0.3 second, and overflow can give a value for heading, and background color we can give RGB color for this background color. So header section of this navigation bar. You can see if we save the page, we can see the change inside the browser. So right now inside the header.nav bar, we have got this attribute: display should be flex, justify content inside each should space between inside each titles. You can select this align item at center, and margin space should be auto, and its height size can select 100%, and padding space from the top and from the bottom we can give value 0 and 1. So right now we can copy this header.nav bar as the image. We can format this logo inside the navigation bar. So we can select its height size and width size. Both of them we can give a value around 70 pixel for height and width size. And border this we can change from rectangle to a circle around 40%, and padding space is we can give a value for 5 pixel. So right here dot header dot nav item. If we're going, so we will talk about this one. Tag element we'll talk about in the next. Right now we have got this nav item. So we have got the dot header dot nav item. Open the close padding space. We can select is padding space from the top and from the bottom from 100, and font weight we can say give a value of 500 for the font of this nav item. So nav item is tag go to hover over the collaborations. We can select its padding space from the bottom around 12 pixel. We can give this value for this 30 pixel for this padding space from the bottom, and border bottom we can select its value as this pixel, and secondary color give this value for this one. So right here we have got inside this user list element. We can give this attribute for this one class, and we'll click. So have a look right here, dot header dot nav menu tag element. We just can this nav menu we can format and can design this one. Just select its color. For example, we can select its font color as a white color, and the inside the header section we have got the nav menu image. So we can just select its width size around 250 pixel. Just give this value, and height size should do to its responsive. So we have got the dot header dot nav menu inside this collaborations. We just select display should be flexed, and text decoration we can select this text decoration as none. Just remove underline inside of each title. So I will look right here. So we inside this nav bar for navigation, we have got this collaborations. Click is the question mark F time. We can select this column F bar and F time. So it's the React icon. We can format this. We can select the size 330 pixel, and can select this color as white color. So right now we have got this React icon. We can import from React icon or React folder. So for this one, at the first we should download this React icon just from terminal. Inside terminal we just can write down like this one, npm I React icons, and hit enter. It will be download at few time. So right now inside the navigation bar we have got this nav item, and if we write for all of this navigation bar, for example this total on click is equal close menu. So the const of this variable, we can select click and set click of this variable is equal use state. Inside the process we can just write down false. So import React. Inside the curly braces you just add use state from React. So we can duplicate this const and import other variables, for example dot const handle click equal like this one, arrow function set click. Inside the parentheses we can write do not click, just write like this one, and const of close menu is equal to parentheses and arrow function, and then select set click like this one. So come back to navbar.css. So at media screen at this max weight size, we can select this max weight size 940 pixel. This header, if we change the size of browser, if we make it small the size of this browser, max weight should be 100%, and background color we can select at this size as RGB color or background color. So at the same time, dot header dot navbar at this size, you can select the max weight should be 100% if we change and make small the size of browser. So nav menu, open the curly braces, you can select its position should be fixed, and left space around minus 100%, and flex direction should be column. All the title should be as column state inside the browser. So you can say the background color as RGB color, black color, and width size should be 100%, and we can select this nav menu. Height size should be 90 vertically height size. So text align to the center. All the title should be shown as inside the page at the center, and we have got the dot nav at the dot nav menu dot active. I can select the left space 0, and nav item margin space we can select just 1.6 for the top and bottom. So we've got the dot header dot navbar image inside the curly braces. Just select is what size as this pixel. So inside the header section, hero section, excuse me, we can write an RFCE hero.js is the second section of our application. Import React from React, cons of the hero, return to this div. We can give attribute for this one. The class name should be equal to hero. So inside this div element, we just create another element, add another element, and we can give a value for this attribute. Class name should be content. This means just make inside the hero section another section by the name of content section. So this p tag element is the first title. We will design this title inside just by CSS file, hero.css, and inside this div content element we can add a tag element. Each of is a good number. At the same time, we can add this paragraph p tag element. This means we just can add phone number right here, and href is equal to number. If we are going to link this number with, for example, another number, we just write an a tag is equal to number, number. So at the same time, inside this content, we can add different types of title. By the way, this paragraph, such this paragraph, because of, for example, cache is the title inside this hero section. We will see this title and paragraph inside the hero section inside the browser. This means just make this paragraph or titles which we show inside the browser, and we just can style these titles or this paragraph just by the CSS file. At the same time, we can make a button. For example, we can add image background as a image as a background of this hero section just by CSS file. So right now we can add this element, button element. We can add free consultation. It's just this mean we can add social media icons right here. If some person search more about this title, for example, this consultation, can get access to social media, and just by clicking on this button, free consultation or social media icons. So right here inside this p tag element, we have got this. We just can add this curly braces, and right here we just can add this full icons from React icons folder, like this one, open tag fa fun. Import fa fun from React icons from this fa folder. We can select the size of these icons, and we can style these icons just by right here, and we can for example make smaller or make for example large icon just giving just inside this tag element. So open the curly braces and close the tag. So if we refresh the page, we can see the changes inside the browser. So right here outside this the content element, we are gonna to add social media icons right here. For example, WhatsApp, Github, YouTube, or Telegram, or other social media, Facebook. We just can copy this and can paste right here. So we can change the size and the name and the color of these icons just right here. So I've got this one. The size we can select its size should be a value can give value, for example 25 or 30 pixel. The size of this icon should be this pixel. I forgot it. I forgot this one. Excuse me for this. We can select just style. Select its size, and we can write down style is equal to this color, and right here size is equal inside the just write down 25 pixel the size of this icon. So right here we can copy and paste right here and change the name of these icons. We can duplicate them. This one, the first one, we can write down if a phone number. We can write down at Twitter icons right here. Have a look on the top. Import phone number, Twitter. The second one we can just at WhatsApp icons, and another one we can at Github's icon, and the last one we can add this social media icons such as or YouTube or Telegram, YouTube icons just right here. Take a look on the top. Import Github's phone, all of the social media which we are going to add inside our website page. So inside the app.js we can write down open tag hero and close the tag. So right here on the top we can write down import a hero from /component. We have got this component folder inside the sidebar, and inside this component folder we have got this hero file as JS file and CS file. So if we refresh the page we can see the change. So we should come back the hero section. And take a look right here inside the browser. This is a hero section which we have got. So we do need to format this hero section by CSS file. We can write down .hero. The width size of this hero section should be 100%. We can select this color as font color, as RGB color, this black color. At the same time we can select this high size and background color and or secondary color overlay this color, and background image we can add and select or an image as a background of this section. So inside the image folder we have got this image we can select as a background of this section. Import. Have a look right here. The browser we can select its position property as it should be relative. So .hero over before content should be empty, string and we can select this hero background color as RGB color. We can select this black color. At the same time, we can select this hero section. This height size should be 100%, and top space and left space, both of them should be 0 inside the index -1. So dot hero dot content, this attribute inside this JS file, hero file, we can select this height size 100%, and display should be flexed, and flex direction should be column. It is shown as a column, alongside it together. Max width and justify content should be center, and max width, and select this pixel, and margin space we can select as auto. So we can give a value for padding space and 1 rem. So we've got the dot hero dot content. Inside this content, we've got this p tag element. So p tag element, we have got 3 p tag element. At the same time, inside this one contents the first one, first child, number 2. You can select its font size 1.6 rem, and the second child as dot hero dot content. You can just copy this p tag first child. We just change the name of this child, child 3. We can select its font weight 700, and font size should be 3. So we can copy this and paste right here. Open the, change the child name number 4. Open the color process, and can select font style. Give style 4 as italic, and font size should be this. So right here we have got the dot hero. We are going to design this button. You can select this margin space from the top and from the left and from the right, 1 rem and 0, and width size can select 300 pixel. Background color, you can select this background color as RGB color or this color. It's up to you what kinds of color do you like to select for your button. So for this button, and at the same time we can select this border. Just change around 12% from rectangle to circle, like this one. We have got dot hero dot button. Open the code hover. After open the colors, we can select this background color should be secondary dark color. So we can select its border 1 pixel, just like this one. Take a look right here inside this hero section. We designed and created this section just by React file and CSS file. So at media screen, at this max width size, if the user change the size of browser, what would be happen on the internet, on the website page? So just dot hero dot content p tag for the second, for the third one child. So for child 3, we can select font size. At this size, the font size should be 2.6 rem. So at the same time, dot hero, we can just copy this one and this right here. Just change the second one, the child 4. Open the color process, and we can select its font style. font size 106. Take a look right here. This is the hero section. You can see inside the browser. So we have got about.js RFCE concept about. Inside this div, you just give an attribute for this one. Class name is equal inside the string. You can write down about, and we can give an ID for this one. This because we just link this about or hero just with navigation bar. We'll talk about this one in the next. Right now we have got inside this element another element and another section. Other section could be a container. Inside the container element, inside this div element, we can add image img source is equal to curly braces, because React just no curly braces, do not know or recognize a string. For source, just change the just can add image right here. For this one, you can write down source is equal to curly braces. Inside the curly braces, you can write down the name of that image we are going to add or import inside our page. So for example, import college is the picture name from here, from image. You have got this image inside this folder image. From this image folder, you just add and import this college image as a PNG format. So outside this container or inside this container, right now we are going to make a column. We can create many types of column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right now we are going to make a column. The first column was column 1, and the second column is column 2. So this column just inside this column we can add title. For example, H2 element inside this H2 element about International University. We gave this title inside the H2 element. So inside this column 2, we are going to make an span element, and inside the span element, a tag element, we can write down another title. The second title, we can write down the name of university, for example, Health College. Health College, this title, well designed, just inside the CS file. So right now we can add p tag element, a paragraph. We can give more information about this college just by paragraph element. Get more information about this. We can link this paragraph with another page. So right now we are going to make a button inside this column. Class name is equal to button. So close the tag. Inside this button, you can write down this title, explore more. So we can install this one just inside the CSS file. So span class name is equal to a line. So right here app.js, we can add this one about.js right here like this one, and close the tag. Import about from /components folder /about.js. So take a look right here inside the browser. We have created this section, about section, inside the website page. So at the first, before designing this section, we have to add about the CSS inside this about.js, like this one, import /about.css. So right now we can jump to inside the about.css to design this one just by CSS file. Right here we have got this about attribute. Open the curly braces, we can select its background color as this color, white color, and margin space, can select the auto. We can give a value for this property. Padding space should be 8 rem, 1 rem from the top and from the top, from the left and right, 0 and 1 rems. So we can select as width size as 100%. So we have got about.container. This container we just write down right here. Open the closes. You can select this what is width size should be this pixel, and margin 0 display. We can give this value create, and create template column. You can repeat these 2 and 1 fragments. So we can write on about.container. We are going to design this image, this university image, which we have imported inside the JS file. So we can select as width size 600 pixel and height size 400 pixel. The width size or height size. Take a look right here inside the browser. This college. We can design as 2 element font size with this rem, and we can design this column 2 about dot column. Open the closes. Display should be flex, and flex direction we can select as column. Justify content, we can select all the content within center of the page. Align items should be, all items should be in the center, and we can select this padding space from the top and from the left and right 3 rems. For border term, we can just give this 3 rems. And column 2 p tag first child. First of type, open the curly braces. We just select is margin 2 rem, 0 rem. So we've got about column 2. We can just write down p tag got the second, fourth, or 3 child. Just give the name of the child. For example, number 4 inside the. Can select this font size. Open the curly braces, and font size. Just this value for this property. Consider this font size, this trim, and font style we can select as italic. So font weight 600. We can give this value for this font weight, and we have got this about pattern. Open the curly braces. You can select this margin space from the top 1 rem. So we have got the border radius. Just change its border to around 20%, and we can select this background color as this color. At the same time, we can give another column for this button. Take a look right here, this button. So you can close this one. At media screen, at this max weight size, if the user want to change the size of website page at this max weight size, about .container, we can select one value for this property. So we have got .container, width size would be 100%. At the same time, we can write on .about, .container. I've got this attribute, this picture as a college picture. We can select its padding space, this value. We can select this width size as this value, and we can write down .about, .container, .column2. Open the curly braces, just select its padding space from the top, from the left and right, 0. So I've got .about, .button. Select its margins from the bottom. We can select 1.2 rem. Its space we just give for this property, and the border radius we just changed around 45% from rectangle to circle. So is the pattern of this section. And background color, we can select this background color, so green color. So we have got the demo section. We are going to make a demo for our website page. Cons of demo, we can write down, or FCE, cons of demo. We have got to return this div element, class name. We can select this value for this demo, this attribute, and we can write down ID is equal to demo. It's just linking this demo with navigation bar. By clicking on this title, we can get access to this demo section. So we have got this another attribute, this another element, div element. Class name should be equal to container inside that string. So right here inside this container section, we are going to make another element as column 1 and column 2. These two elements just would be alongside together inside the this section, demo section. So the second one would be column 2, class is equal number 2. Inside the column 1, we just can add this paragraph p tag element. For example, more than that the sentence we are going to add inside this p tag element. More than 1,000 financial planner inside or in the world. The second paragraph we can write on 1 philosophy. It's a title. It's up to you what kinds of title you are going to give for this section. This is the third paragraph we're going to import inside this section. For example, every single one of financial advisor, I like this. Received. So right here we can make a button, open tag button, and close the tag. Inside this button element we can add this title, get your, for example, free analysis. So we can give attribute for this one right here inside the column 2. We're going to make an iframe element. This means inside this iframe element we can add, we can share email, video, or other social media video just inside this element. By clicking on that video, it will show inside our website page. So I can select as high size, width size, both of them, size this pixel, and source is equal. Inside the curly braces, at the first we add this string, http dot slash, just add this one, the link of the video right here, youtube.com at easycodecamp. It is my YouTube channel name. So take a look right here inside the browser. At the first we should add this demo inside our app.js. Open the tag demo, import demo from ./components/demo. So should have to go inside the CSS file. Have a look right here. This is the demo section. Inside the demo section, before navigating to demo.css, we should add or import this demo inside our demo.js file. Import ./demo.css, and we'll then design this attribute by this CSS file. So at the first we have got this attribute .demo, open the curly braces. We can select as margin space as this value. I can select and give this value for this property, padding space, and width size should be 100%. At the same time we can select write down demo.container. You can select the width size, this pixel, and margin in space from the top, for example from the left and the right. Auto and display should select this grid, and create the template columns, repeat 2,1 fragment. So I've got .demo.column1. We're going to design this column 1. Padding space 1 rem, display you can select is should be flex, and flex direction should be as column. I've got this demo call this column 1 p tag. The child one we can select design the first paragraph. You can select this font size should be this way, and font style should be italic. Take a look right here. This title more than 1000. So you can copy this one and paste right here. For the child 2, you can select font size. You can select its font width around 600. At the same time we can select this margin space 0. So we have got dot demo dot can change it 1 2 3 child 1 child 2 child 3. Open the classes and you can select its font size 1.3 rem. At the same time you can select its margin space from the bottom around 1.1 rem. So we've got dot demo dot column 2. We're going to format this column 2 alongside this column 1. So we've got this margin space should be this one. Take a look right here is the hero section, the demo section. So we can select, we can format at this max width size. So demo dot container, you can select its max width should be 100%. Create template column should 1 frame. So create gap. We can just select this create gap around 30 pixel folds. So we have got the iframe. When the click, you just select this width size and height size, both of them this one. Take a look right here inside this div section. Take a look right here. We have got dot about dot display dot gallery dot demo. I've linked these files just with our navigation bar. So we have got gallery.js. We are going to make an expanding image gallery. For this one, you can write on RFCE concept gallery container image hyphen image. Inside this div, we can add and create another div by the name of gallery. So inside this, we can give an attribute for this ID. For example, give this ID as gallery, ID is equal to gallery, and inside this gallery, this div, we can make an image box. So we can duplicate this one. If we're going to add more than 1, 2, 3, 4 image inside just one gallery folder, we can duplicate this one and we can change its name and its picture just inside this gallery.js and inside gallery.css. At the first, we should import gallery.css inside our gallery.js file. So have a look right here, and inside the app, at the first we should add this gallery. Import gallery from the top. Import gallery from component / gallery. So we have got .gallery.css. I've got container hyphen image. You can select as width size around 100%. I can select as background color as this color, yes, black color. For display, you can select flex, align and them should be center of this page, justify content should be center of this page. The second the gallery, so display should be flexed, and you can select align and them, and justify content. You can select both of them should be in the center. So we have got this image box. You can write on image box open the color process, we can select the width size should be 100 pixel, and the height size can select this 500 pixel. Border radius should be 50 pixel, and background color, you can select this background color as so we can select image for an image, for example, as a background of this gallery. Can select the URL /image, can select from inside this image folder. We can select image and choose this image as a background of this image box. So position should be relative, and transition should be weighted 0.3 seconds. So we have got the image box. And the next child, for example, we can select its background image. Just copy this one right here and paste right here. Just change the image of this background. For example, for the child 2, you can just select another image. Just add from this image folder this hero.png image. So we can select background size and background position, cover, and center. We can copy this one and paste right here like this one. Just change the names from number 2, number 3, number 4, and change its background image. Select from image folders this background image, and you can select this image as background of. Take a look right here inside the browser. Murray, Chris, Jack, John. So we should format this h3 element. I've got h3 element. We can add this one and design by h3 element. This is title, for example, John, Mary, Chris, John, and Jack, just Jason. Just select right down right here h3 element. Cut this one and bring it the next of this title. So right here, dot image box h3 element. You can select its color. This white color. Position should be absolute, and bottom space should be 0, and left space should be 30 pixel, and the opacity just give 0, and transition should be bottom 0 points, and opacity of this h3 title. Just give this number, and image box hover open the code process. Just select the width size, and you can select the cursor property, which should be pointer. At the same time, we can select dot image box code hover, and you can select h3 element. So can select for opacity property, can give 1 value for this one, and we can select bottom space from, for example, the top and left around 25 pixel for this title. Take a look right here. This is the gallery image. You can see right here. So we have got footer section. Inside the footer.js, can write an RFCE, console RFCE return. So inside the parentheses we can add this div and give value for this one. Class name should be equal to footer. So inside this div element we can add another element by the name of class name is equal to container. So inside this div we just can add social media icons and titles. At the first we can write an h2 element, so we can write an footer, or we can give another name or title for this one. It's just right here inside this h2 element we can write an social media links. So inside this container element we can make a list for this one, user list. For user list, inside as the user list element you can make a label element. So for inside this label element we can add a tag element, href is equal to number. So right here just focus on this element. For example, inside this tag element we can add this braces and parentheses, and inside this braces and parentheses we can add social media icons. After the first, just be careful. Inside the parentheses open the tag FA. After that you can write for example which one do you want to select. For example, what kinds of social media icons do you want to add. Just right here, for example, if the size of this one, you can select 25 pixel. You can give the style for this one. Style is equal inside. It's equal to double braces. Color can select its color. For example, black or blue or green color. You just select or white color. Just give value color for this one. So out of this braces, just we can close the tag. For example, slash close the tag, and we can duplicate this one. Have a look right here. If we're going to add the telegrams icons, just write on FA telegram. And the second one, if we're going to add YouTube icon right here, just write on FA YouTube, and C on the top. Just import FA Telegram, FA Twitter, FA YouTube, WhatsApp, and the last one we can select, for example, Github links. You can add the Github links just right here. So right here, have a look. We can write down Twitter. The second one we can give a name for this on the Telegram. The second one, the third one, YouTube name, and the fourth one we can give a name WhatsApp, and the last one we can give a name, for example the name of Github. So inside the app.js we should add this footer file. So at the first we should add this one. Open the tag footer, import footer from the /component/footer. Take a look right here inside the browser, social media links. So at the first we should import this footer element, footer.css. Import inside the footers .css. You can write down .footer. You can select this width size are 100% and background color should be this black color. We can select this background this black color, and font color we can select this white color, and padding space around 3 rem from the left and 1 rem from the right. So I've got .footer.container, max weight should be this pixel, and margin space should be auto, and we can select text align. This should be in the center of the page, and the footer URL element can select display should be flex, justify content just select the center at the center of page, and footer label when the colors is just padding space 1 rem at the center. We can write on footer label, and the a tag element we just select this color, font color, this white color, and then we can format a tag element as hover state. We can select this padding space from the top and the left bottom around 12 pixel, and border is this just select this tag element just 3 pixels, so it like this one secondary color. So we can write down button. We have got the button inside the footer section. Text align should be center, and padding space from the top. We can select the 3 rem, and I've got this attribute, the line. Just inside right here, I've got this attribute which we can select its margin space from the bottom around 1 rem, and so right here we should make a title. Just add this element. Class name should be in bottom. Inside this element we just make a span element, and we can write down its class name should be line for this one, like this one. So p tag element, it is a paragraph. We just write down 2023 easy code camp execute at easy code camp. Easy code camp. This is my YouTube channel name. Alright, reserved. Like this one. Have a look right here. You have got this footer section right here. You have created this page just by React file and CSS file. This is the footer section. This is the navigation bar. home page. So now we're going to build this web page and deploy this website page to the internet. For this one, we can write down npm run build. Inside the build folder, and now we can deploy this website page on the internet. Have a look inside the navigation bar, inside the folder, build folder. We have got this static folder. Just we have created this static folder as a website page. This CSS file format, the JS file, and the social media. We can deploy this one to the internet